Welcome to Chris and Carlette Live, a podcast about life, love, and overcoming obstacles. Each week, we discuss the good, the bad, and the indifferent of life's interruptions. Now, here's your host, Chris and Carlette.
Keep believing, don't go stressing, keep it moving. God, we're resting, here to help you, here to bless you. With God on our side, CNC Live.
All right, y'all. All right. It's another episode of Chris and Carlette Live. Let me turn this volume down a little bit.
You know what? I almost just sang a song.
What did you almost sing? You probably sang a black spiritual.
And it was.
You probably went to the hymnal.
Oh, hymn.
Right. I know it, y'all. I know my wife.
I'm serious. When you said just another, I was like, just another day. That just rose up. And I caught myself.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I did like this.
Yeah. Yeah. I knew it had to be something black because it's Black History Month.
Black love.
Yeah. Okay. I feel you.
Oh, that was deep within. It just came up. Yes. But I caught it.
Look, now we got one comedian on waiting in the green room.
Serious.
So
I'm being honest. I am a wife. I'm a mother. I'm a nurse. I'm a realtor. No, seriously. No. Okay.
Well, go ahead and sing it.
No, I'm sure not.
That is funny. Well, y'all, make sure if you're tuning in, make sure you like and subscribe to the Chris and Carlette Live show. We would greatly appreciate it. What did you do this weekend besides cry?
I almost said something again. Okay. All right. That's what we're taking the gloves off.
No,
okay.
No.
All right.
No, because you and your brother were talking about.
I didn't cry until last night. You don't put your little tears on Facebook so the whole world give you a hug. But, cowboys cry on the inside, okay? But you sat up here and put all your business out on Facebook. But anyway, so this weekend, first of all, thank you for joining Chris and Carlette Live. This weekend, okay, we received our first phone call from our soldier in training, our son, Christian. Okay, he was still in reception. So when he answered the phone, I'm sitting on the couch playing phone tag with somebody else. And then he came through. And I was like, oh. and got on. And so I thought it was the scripted call where they sound like a robot, but it wasn't. Mm-hmm. And so he was like, hey, mama, as you say, he said, hey mama. And so I'm like, hey. So I jump up, run outside to him because he outside washing the car, trying to keep his mind going. And first thing he said, how much time you got? He was like, I got an hour. We was like, oh, so this is not the scripted call. So it was good to hear his voice. He sounds good. He was like, listen.
I'm gonna start calling you Karen.
Karen. I know you ain't. Don't start, because we ain't gonna get into your DNA. Yes. Okay. Thank you. With your blonde-haired kids. That's okay.
Boy, you trying to audition?
No, because you started. I will finish. You know this.
Julia, she trying to audition. She want to get on the Steve.
Stay focused.
She trying to get on the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Okay, we're staying focused. All right. So listen.
All right.
You know what? I'm gonna call nephew Tommy and have him prank phone call you. That's what's gonna happen.
I'm gonna know him as much as I listen to him. I know his voice.
No, you won't know it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he won't do that to his friend.
I'm gonna tell him he got a baby somewhere. Yeah.
Yo, we got a special guest on.
His girlfriend from the projects.
Yeah. We got a special guest on the phone. I met him a couple weeks ago during the MLK Day, and let me turn. I gotta adjust this volume right quick, but
she still stay there. Keep going.
So yeah, I met him. This gentleman. I was like, man, that looks like it is, and it just so happened to be Junior from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. But before I bring him in, I just wanted to touch base. He said not to read this long bio, right? It's almost a 2-pager. Well, about a page and just about a page, but he got all his connection, how to get in contact with him.
Maybe do it like the preachers.
You know what?
I love Jesus. Now put me up there.
Yeah. Well, y'all know who he is. Y'all know who he is. He's part. Well, let me say this. one of the reasons why I wanted him to come on is he has his own foundation called the Kier. What is it? The Kier's. What is it? Spates. Well, hold on. Let me just bring him on. How about that?
Yes. It's about welcome him. Let's bring him in.
Let's just bring him on.
Hands together.
It's just too much.
All rise. Yes.
What's the name of your foundation? I forgot.
It's Kier's Hope. Kier's Hope Foundation.
That's it. Kier's Hope. I knew it. I'm sorry, sir, but it's about sickle cell, and he's going to share with us his journey through sickle cell, which he was diagnosed with some years. Was this as a child you were diagnosed?
At 7.
At 7. Okay. All right. So, he's going to go into his journey on how he's victorious. He's a victorious living person. And this is our first in mini series for this month.
Yes, you are
Black History.
And you are making Black History. And we got some upcoming guests the following weeks. But listen, this month, I read it today. We're gonna be blackity black.
Especially with this current administration.
Yes. And every outfit this month is gonna be black on me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sir, how are you doing?
Man, I am outstanding. How are you guys? I can tell how y'all doing. Y'all is crazy. That's how y'all doing. I thought this was one of the best openings I've ever seen on a podcast. I'll tell you that much. Y'all have music. Y'all taking strolls by everywhere. You know, everybody know where y'all been in the city. I was like, that's right. Like y'all know the camera was over there. Y'all was looking straight ahead. I said, look at him trying to pretend like the camera ain't over there. We see what y'all doing. Then y'all own opening. This is perfect. This is perfect.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Appreciate
CNC. Their own show, CNC.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 5 years strong. 5 years strong.
Yes.
We're still together. Season 5, episode 4. That's where I'm at. I got it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yep.
It took you 5 years to get here, brother.
Hey, man, it's about the journey. In everything about a journey.
Yes, it
sir.
is.
It is the journey is where the joy is. You know, even the ups and the downs. And I've learned that, you know, the journey is
where the joy is. Now he just dropped a nugget. Put that in the comments, somebody. The journey is where the joy is.
The journey. Oh, he about to write that one.
I'm gonna look that. That shocked me. The journey.
The journey.
Yeah.
The journey is where the joy is. That's preachable. I gotta find the scriptures for that.
Yeah. Okay, now. I got my note. That's about the most. I thought it was gonna be about the most inspired thing I'll probably say tonight. They had no faith in me. I'm talking about there was none. They had all bets was not on me. Everybody knew I was going. They thought something wrong with me anyway. So I know all bets.
All bets. That is funny.
My mama knew that. She's like, that boy ain't rap tight. I can tell you. Look at him. Look at him. He eating the pillows. He eating the he eating everything. He don't care.
Oh my goodness.
My mom had problems with me. They knew something was wrong. I did too. I didn't feel like regular children. I did.
You didn't?
Yeah, I knew something wasn't right. I knew I was different. That's it. I knew it. So, I am glad to be that.
Yes. Now you grew up in Texas. Are you from Texas?
Born and raised, Houston, Texas. Yeah, man. Houston, Texas. Matter of fact, the first time I ever lived outside the state of Texas was when I moved to Georgia. That was my first time, and I was 33 years old when I moved here.
Oh, wow.
Time. Yeah, man. So all my life, just, proud Texan, come down here with my cousins down here in Georgia. Just pretty much black people, pretty much, I can tell you, pretty much the same everywhere I go. I've seen all y'all. It don't really much change out the South. It don't really much change out here. So
don't change, huh?
Yeah, Atlanta was like my second home, man, and for the city to receive me the way they had, I knew I was gonna be all right. Cause I was nervous at first, cause it's a new place. You don't know anybody. You're trying to figure out, how receptive people are gonna be. And I tell you, man, it's hard for me to go back to Houston, man. To be honest with you, because I feel like this. Home is where you're from. This is where you built your life at. Right. And I'm part of these communities here. These are my communities. I'll never forget about home, but I take what I've learned at home and I bring it to the Atlanta Metroplex. And this is where I'm at. I mean, my house is here. My family's here. This is my home now.
Wow. I guess we could say, well,
Well,
no, y'all can leave. Y'all leave in the next year. Y'all leave every 2 years. Y'all will stay long. Y'all go. PNC will uproot. They will uproot. They will get on out of here and they'll just come back. That's what they do.
Well, right now, Indianapolis is still in the lead at 10 years. So us, Atlanta has been a total of 7 2 times, but 7 totally. So we working on it. But this is why I like to park the car. I like it. I like the country living.
Nah, you was talking about moving again. I want to buy me a house. I want to build me a house.
I want to build me a house. Now, if the land is good where I'm looking at, come on. When you're in real estate, you are constantly looking and seeing. So you joined a club. I'm a realtor as well. Thank you.
Yeah, because you said nurse. I heard that you was a nurse.
She's a
my
Jamaican.
mother's a nurse. My wife's a nurse.
Is she awesome?
My grandmother's a nurse. My aunt's a nurse. I don't know nothing but nurses. That's where I got to find a nurse.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
You around people that's gonna always
take care. It's good to know nurses too when you're sick. You need to know nurses.
Believe me, sleeping next to one.
I mean, it wasn't just for love, Chris. I didn't marry her for love. I married her for health. I need to stay here. That's what I need.
The benefits.
You sick like me, nurse. Yeah, you need one. I don't care what nobody say. If you sick, why is you over here? Why is you over here with an accountant and you sick? You need nurses. That's what you need.
You need nurses.
You need somebody to know what that cough means. You need to know that ache. You need somebody to know what that means. You sit up here with this account. This is not about numbers. This is what this is not about.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
That is true. That is true. But okay, so let me ask you this: if she tells you, and she done figured out this is what you need to do, do you still be like, okay, but we still going to the doctor?
No, yeah. I've my wife is like, she believes in going to the doctor, and men just stubborn anyway. Like, listen, it ain't that major, and I think she just want to go in here and see some of her coworkers. That's what I think. Because I'm down here at her hospital. I'm down there, but she work at. I mean, everybody know her when she walk in the door. She just want to show everybody that how ill I am. I think that's what I think. Oh, but no, it is. It is one of those things where, I tell her how I feel. I tell her what I'm going through. She'll give me like a day. If you're not changing in a day, this is what we're gonna do. We'll have another plan of action. That's how she works, and that works for me. Because if I don't get better in a day, then I'll go in there. But it's gonna be a day. She's not going to. Because she don't like the fact that. That's what happens too. Y'all might be in the right business because you are a real estate agent, Miss Carlette, and that might be what it is. It's the fact that I be up in that bed and I keep calling upstairs and she tired walking upstairs. She's like, wow. At that third trip, she just yelled up here now. What? Get it yourself.
That's real. That's real.
I'll tell you, black people they got 2 trips for you. They're not doing 3.
It ain't 2 more after that one. Shoot, after a minute you be counting stairs. Now this 14 stairs now.
We're gonna need a 1 story in a minute. We'll need a flat.
Hey, we already trying to get one.
That's what I'm saying. Oh.
Knees going out.
Yeah, man.
Oh my goodness.
When I saw it, then I thought about it. I said, man, it's every day. It's every day.
Oh, that is funny. Man, tell us. So you take us back to when you were first diagnosed with sickle cell. Let's switch lanes real quick. And what was the moment like for you and your family?
Well, it was and this is like the current condition of it. I was 7 years old. I was 7. They missed the diagnosis at birth. I was allergic to all kinds of stuff, whether it be oatmeal, milk, or I was allergic to soda, juices. They just didn't know. They didn't know what was wrong until another doctor, an African doctor, looked under the microscope at my blood and said, "This kid has sickle cell." So this other doctor says, "Okay, well, all he knew was, don't plan a life for him." And I was given to live till 11 years old.
Wow.
You know. And so my parents are 20 years older than me. So at 7, that means, they were 27. Young. Married 7 years, and here it is. This is dropped on them. It's a bombshell for them. That they were, didn't know what that meant. Didn't know much about sickle cell. My mom was in nurse school at the time, and my dad worked at Southwestern Bell. And here it is. You got this kid, and they just snatched the hopes and dreams away from this couple, because golly, they got 2 kids. They got, I got a sister that this time there's 3, and so here it is. They're like, what does that mean? And so they just was like, hey, it's not gonna be much. He's not gonna live long. And enjoy him while he's here. And so, man, for a doctor, because we trust doctors, for a doctor to snatch that type of hope and dreams away from a family, whatever they had planned for me, and to just casually just say that, and then call us if you need us, type of thing, and for me, when they broke it down to me, you don't really understand what all of this means, but I know how to count. I know there's 4 years left, so by 10 and a half, I was the hardest playing kid out there. I was playing, I was, hey, kick the ball, because I ain't got but 6 months to kick this ball. We ain't got time to argue. Like, I ain't got time, to kick the ball. Tackle me, football. If we playing basketball, I'm shooting everything. I don't care where I'm at.
Basketball.
Yeah, he was thinking, you're not gonna make it past 11. And so, they told me all the things I was not gonna be able to do. He's not gonna be able to do this. He won't be able to do that. He can't play sports. He can't do that. Man, my parents, my mom and my dad, being the people that they are, they were just enabling to me. They allowed me to go out and do everything. They put no restrictions on me, nothing. There were precautions that were in place, but they were always worried about, well, if he plays sports, what does that mean if he dies? And mom said, well, at least he died doing something he loved doing. Our attitude. If I wanted to play football, I played football. I played basketball. I ran track. I played baseball. I did everything, and was really good at it. It was just one of those things that I didn't have any restrictions on it, because once I passed 11, I got to 12. I said, wait a minute. They miscalculated or something? Then I hit the 15. Hold on now. Wait a minute. I'm 4 years after the deadline. And then I made it all the way to 21. I went to college. I said, hold on, somebody lying. Somebody lied. And then you find out this is what happens to a lot of people with this. See, sickle cell is just not a disease that is just affected to the person who's carrying this disease. It tears down a whole family. It breaks a family down, just not for me, but every time I was in the hospital, you look up and you got $22,000 worth of salary in there for a day because you got sick, because everybody took off work, came down to the hospital and rotated, had to figure out these things. The psychological problems that it plays on the patient, feeling depressed all the time and feeling like you're not worthy, and all those other things. I found out that I wasn't the only one. There was a group of us that felt the exact same way. And you start finding this out, that people all of us was given a number. Everybody had a number. It may be 9, it may be 15, it could be 20. You just have no right to just sit there and just tell people, hey, this is it for you. And so, you start to figure out, like, hey, man, I believe I'm capable of doing everything that everybody else can do if given the opportunity. And so that's why we have the Curious Hope Foundation, to educate, to restore people in the faith of living and life, and understanding that I've been facing some challenges that most kids haven't faced their entire life. So every chance I go into the hospital, every time I go into a crisis, there's a possibility I could die. Yes. It's always on the front of your mind. I reconciled with death a very long time ago. They told me 11. I've been, and then, I've been looking at life a little differently. I found out that, man, it really is a joy in the journey, because I can find a million things to complain about. But the crazy part about it is I'm here to complain. It could be way different. It could be absolutely totally different. If I really had that mindset, hadn't been picture perfect. You know, when I went to college and stuff like that, I left college to start doing stand-up at 19 years old. And that was my dream. That's what I wanted to do. Everybody didn't agree with it, but everybody didn't have the disease that I had. And this was something that I wanted to do. This is how I want to live. This is what my passion, this was my talent and my gift was. And, you know, it was a long time coming. I did so much in my career way before y'all even knew Junior. It was a whole bunch of things I had been doing. And there's no such thing as an overnight success. But I'm doing it with sickle cell. Man, I'm talking about, you know, I used to sometimes I'd be on the road, I have a sickle cell crisis, and I just roll up in a hospital, and then knowing good and hell well, I couldn't pay the bill. Once I felt better, they gave me the paperwork, and they said, hey, here's the bill. I take that bill. You're not going to see this money. I swear you should have never got me healthier. I know good and hell well. I didn't got this. I'm out a day early so I get out to this gig in New Orleans. I got to get to New Orleans. I'm performing in New Orleans. I had to go ahead and pick up this $200. I don't know where and how this much cost to get me back to y'all wasted y'all money is what I'm telling y'all. Y'all should have cut back on some of this medication. We didn't need all them bags of IVs in here. We didn't need all of them.
Y'all should just gave me half of it.
Hey, why you keep coming here checking this blood? You ain't got to check my blood pressure the whole time because y'all charge every time y'all come in here. Well, this stuff, I can just tell you, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling white-headed. We know if it's high or low. I'm not paying this. I know I could. And so, you know, that was, those are some of the challenges that we face, you know, having this disease. And that's what it was like, you know, growing up like that.
What is, for our viewers that may not know, what is exactly sickle cell?
So sickle cell disease is a blood disorder to where you all may have whole blood cells, like circular. And some of my blood cells are shaped like half crescent moons. Now, if you look at the diagram on the right there, that's what it looks like when I'm having a crisis. Just a block party is what I call it, in the small veins in my body. And some of the white blood cells and everything else that carries oxygen to our body, every part of our body, it don't make it through because of what's happening on the right. And so when those guys get together for whatever reason, because, you know, it could be dehydration, it could be cold weather. Anytime those veins get restricted, and so it causes that type of blockage, which stops blood flow from getting to certain areas of my body, and that's where I have the pain. So those pain crises are real, and they start having organ damage because of lack of oxygen. And so that is what a sickle cell crisis looks like under the microscope, you know. And so that is exactly what's going on in my body. As you see, I said I had to get my water. I drink this all the time. That's my best friend, you know, hydrated. But there's a lot of restrictions that I couldn't do. You know, like I couldn't go outside when it was cold. Still can't. You know, I don't like to chance it. Like I don't like to go swimming because of the exertion, of the physical exertion on the body. So to play sports, I had to constantly stay hydrated.
Wow. Just
so I wouldn't get sick. And so, you know, those are just precautions that everybody else takes for granted. So many other things that I can't do well enough as other people, but I push myself. You know, I stay, you know, working out. I try to keep myself in some type of shape to give myself a better chance. You know, those are things that some people just don't even take for granted. Like nobody understands why I get up in the morning and put my hand on the window to see what it feels like, see if it's safe for me to go outside. I do that so much in the wintertime that it's just natural for me to do it. You know, it's something you don't even think about. Like people say, get in the water. I wish I would, so y'all can just carry me out this pool. That's not something I'm willing to chance.
Right.
Because when I was a kid having a sickle cell crisis, if I go swimming in the winter, in the evening, when the water's cooler, that would cause a crisis. And so I remember one time I went in there in the evening. I got out the hospital. I mean, ended up in the hospital. I got out the hospital maybe a week later, went back swimming and went right back into the hospital. So my primary care physician was frustrated. Like, what is he doing? He just left. And I was like, well, he went swimming. He can't go swimming unless it's high noon.
Wow.
I was like, because the water's warmer.
Yeah.
Those things that you just have to know. And a lot of us in the sickle cell community understand that. It's a lot of reasons why some of these things can happen to us. So that's just a way of life I have to live. You know, it's not as normal as everybody else.
Wow.
So you start thinking about the pain. You know, there's no comparison to telling you what the pain is. And then there's the stigma that's attached to this because they think it's an African American disease and it's just this, and it's not the research there as it is for cancer and all the other diseases. Well, that's not just true. It's not being honest. It's it affects a lot of African Americans in this country, but sickle cell is a global issue. It's the first known disease on earth.
Wow.
The sickle cell was originally created to protect us from malaria in Africa. And then, you have people now, it's mutated to where it's causing all of these physical damages to the body because of the traits. And so you look at, you look around the world, India has 28 million. Africa has 20 million. You start looking at the Middle East, they have 10 million. And so now it doesn't look like it's just an African American disease from that perspective. It's just in this country. And that's what I'm changing it, because it's people that have this disease, not black, not white. And whether they want to admit it or not, there's white people with this disease. I know because I've met them and I've talked to them. People in Turkey with this disease. It's Asians with this disease. There's all kinds of stuff. There's all kinds of people with this disease. And so, you look at all the stuff that I'm doing for these kids with sickle cell who are not given these opportunities. I'm taking them to places, exposing them to things and showing them places that, hey, the world is much bigger. I don't care what they tell you. All this is based upon dreaming. And everybody in this picture that y'all just showing, they all have sickle cell, and those the parents.
Wow.
Of all of them. And I took them all down to HBCU week down at Disney World for them to get scholarships to HBCUs. Took 10 of them, and they all got scholarships with my partnership with Disney. So, we do a lot of great work. We're just trying to change the outlook. I don't want a kid feeling like there's no future and there's no hope, or you have to believe in the fact that you're going to die at 11.
Wow.
If God gives you a platform, you have to use it, or else I'm doing a disservice.
Yeah.
Because I asked God, I've had to question, I've asked him, God, why me? And he said, why not you?
Oh, wow.
You're the best person with the attitude. I know what you are.
Wow.
And I know what you're capable of. Who better to get this to?
Wow.
Because nobody else, some people may crumble under this pressure. Somebody may not understand. It's so funny that I had to go through so many different things before I could make all these things happen. I had to experience pretty much every aspect of sickle cell before I even knew what the plan was, before we got all the way down the road, when I felt like quitting and stand up and giving up on life and just couldn't fight all the battles I had to fight. I had to go through every aspect of this. I had to be mistreated at the hospital to identify that, to be called a drug seeker. I had to go through all these things with doctors who said I was lying and I don't look like my pain and everything. I had to go through all of that just for this foundation to exist.
Wow.
Ain't that crazy?
Wow. Seriously. Wow.
I mean, I really understood it maybe 3 years ago that, God, you had me go through everything. So when I'm talking to these young people and these adults, I've already done it. I fought with them. Because I'll tell you right now, it's like my doctor now that I have a business venture with. Dr. Now, Dr. Harv will tell you, he'll say, I'm just a doctor, but you're the expert. Because you have all the problems, everything, the complications that come along with sickle cell. I'm just a doctor who just read something and understand how to help you. But I can't tell you how you feel. And that's how I always understood that I'm always advocating just for me. You have to be able to understand that sickle cell, I tell you, even the young ones, I don't care what they say, advocate for you.
Yeah.
Right.
Because when they ignore you, because their lack of empathy, because all things that are happening, that's how we end up dying in these people's hospitals and emergency rooms. Because neglect.
Yeah.
So before I allow another person to sit up here and die, and I know I could have did something about it, I'm gonna keep talking. I'm gonna keep saying it.
Wow.
Wow. This is powerful. You said a lot. Wow. I'm gonna say what I really want to say to the end. I want to say what I really want to say because you hit something. Go ahead, Chris.
What advice you said? I wrote 10 questions and you pretty much answered all.
He answered a lot of them.
That's right. See, that's how good I am. I get them all out.
Right.
Like, okay, so how did you? What made you set up the foundation? Besides, how did you go about doing it? And and is there one particular story of a student or a child or that really stands out to you?
Oh man, that's a really great question, and it's not just one; it's a bunch of them. The reason why I say it's a bunch of them, I personally buried quite a few kids from families.
Oh wow!
And and they just lost their fight. And so what started me with the foundation was I got tired of hearing the word no. I really did. The word no kept coming up so much, and I said, you know what? If I start my own foundation, I promise you I won't tell myself no. And so in April of 2015, I started Kier's Hope Foundation, and I started to work on, and that's our logo, and that's our slogan is working to change the shape of sickle cell. And when I mean the shape, I mean the whole outlook. I mean every aspect of it, to empowering the families, empowering the patients, to empowering and educating the doctors, every aspect of it. Because if I'm working on changing the shape, that's how we find a cure. And so I'm very proud of this next adventure that I'm on right now. Dr. Yutaka Nahara is the world's leading doctor and scientist and researcher for sickle cell disease. Spent 40 years. He just won a Merit Award from Harvard University for all his work. And he has a medication that I take that really improves, your quality of life, because my goal is to get people to 70. So everything comes around to the numbers. 11, I wore number 11 in all my sports because that's the number they said I was going to die at. 70, the 3 score and 10 is important. Yep. I think we can have that tool. If God promised it to me, then I'm going to work to make sure that they get it. That's very important to me. It's like it's always in the back of my head. And here it is. Dr. Nahara asked me on November 15th of 2024. He came to Atlanta. We sat down, and I was already working for him at another adventure, being the spokesperson for his drug. And now he has another company started. He asked me to be the founding person with him in the company. And he asked me something that I don't even know how to do. Just like everything else God does. But he asked me to write the protocol for how sickle cell patients will be treated from this day forward.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And he's going to publish it. And it'll be in every emergency room around the entire world.
Wow.
And
bless God. Hold on. Bless God. That's awesome.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
How did a kid from Houston, Texas get here? I don't know, man. It's just
wow.
It's just and so we started a company called Nahara International, and we're in the what do you call it? The seed money stage of it. It will be a company that I'm proud to be a part of. We'll sit here and we'll have a company actually dedicated to diseases that are that affect minorities and people of color. It's a pharmaceutical company, and that's our sole focus. It's the diseases that we're affected by. And it's a company that is going to be owned by the majority of shareholders will be African American.
Wow.
And that is
so basically, did you just basically tell us to look at this so people can invest? Is it public trading it yet?
Oh no, not public trading yet, but it will be. Yes, we're close to doing that. Yes, but it is a company that we will own it, and we will decide as the shareholders what direction this company goes, because it will always cater to our interests and not the interests of what is Big Pharma doing. We're not going to be owned by Big Pharma. We're not going to be bought out. We're going to build it from the ground up. And Dr. Nahara has a way to eradicate sickle cell from the planet Earth. And we've already been accepted in India. We're going to Africa next. And we're going to go to the Middle East. And we're going to work our way back to America. But we're going to go where all the problems, there's ways for us to get it to the Americans. But this is something that when God said he throws something that you ain't got room enough to receive, you understand me, even the understanding. Because what's the chances of me even running into this doctor? It's got to be 1 in 8 billion, because there's 8 billion people out here.
Yeah.
First of all, he had to be in practice of this disease. Secondly, he wrote the protocol back in 1987. He's the first one to write how to treat sickle cell patients. I had to be born with it in 78. I had to go through everything. He had to go through schooling. You can't tell me that's not God. I don't know how more pinpoint accurate you want it to be.
Right.
That's so God.
I'm telling you, it's not even. I can't tell you that if it's in its perfect timing.
Yeah.
It's one of the things, like, I cannot even. And when he comes to me and asks me, because I asked him, for me to be a part of this, what would you have me do? Because I'm just this comedian. That's all I am. I'm a philanthropist, but I don't know nothing about you. He says, don't worry. I know exactly what I need you for. I need you to talk to the governments. What? Who?
Right.
Boy, you're not easy I am. What? I like that hard. You sure you got the right one? I done been to jail before. I don't think you got the. What are you talking about?
Right.
But it's one of those things that I honestly, seriously understand that when you're born for something, and here's the thing about it, it's one of the hardest decisions to ever make, because selfishness gets in the way. What about me? Wait a minute. Remember the stuff I had said I wanted to do and all that? Yeah. You don't ever want God to come back to you and say, well, what about me, though? You know how small you're going to feel at that moment?
So, Junior, that just means that at some point you gave God a yes, and you signed the Yes, Lord contract and didn't read the fine print.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Well, if it means nobody else has to die, what a reward. What a reward. If it means that nobody else can be born. See, the freedom of it is, y'all got to understand, the reason why I don't have children is because of this disease. Because I can't pass this on to my child like my father and my mother did to me. It would kill me. I couldn't lay in the hospital bed and next door, right next to me, is my child. And I already know what they're going through. And somebody says, that's selfish for you not to want to have children. And no, because you can say that because you have no idea what this is. And so what this will do for them around the world is give them the opportunity to have children, to have families, for grandparents and parents to be born, for everybody, for great uncles, there's so many things that I had to sacrifice. And that's when I had to sign the Yes, Lord contract.
Yeah.
I like that, Miss Carlette. The Yes, Lord contract.
The Yes, Lord contract.
And didn't read no fine print.
You don't read the fine print. Because you're blinded by his glory. You're blinded by his holy and his reverence. And you don't want to question God. So you don't read the fine print. You just say yes.
Hey if y'all viewing, make sure, especially on YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe for this great content. Make sure you like and subscribe.
Share it.
Share it.
Tell him Junior's on, and he's changing lives, y'all. Oh, this is amazing.
Black History Month.
You are
Black History.
You are Black History. You're making Black History. You're making lives better. And you got a promise.
Yes. So let's go to the foundation though. So how can people donate?
Oh, if you want to be a part of everything we do, like I'll give y'all this, like September 6th. I believe it's September 6th this year. It'd be my second annual 5K run for sickle cell and sickle cell awareness month in the ATL at the Battery. We'll be at the Battery this year again. This will be the second one. So I had one in Dallas we're doing, because that's where I'm from, Texas. So, to donate, you can go to Kier's Hope, KIERS hope.org. You can go there. There's a donate button on there. You go on Facebook and Instagram. I said, well, y'all got everything. Golly. Never mind. It's all on the screen. Man, you can go right there. Man, what y'all be doing? Y'all be having guests. Most time people just want you to say it. Y'all got it up, pull it up, and wow, is there a producer over there? Who's producing this? Oh my God, Chris. Well, this boy here do everything else. I don't just wear glasses. They mean something. I'm smart. Yeah. And then when we start announcing the race, man, I really want y'all to come out and see some of the families and everybody that's out there with sickle cell and just the support of Atlanta, man. That's one thing I love about Atlanta, man. Atlanta, you say you're doing something, they just show up, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They show up. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying they don't do that in other cities. I'm just saying it's not just showing up. It's showing up for the cause and for the reason and for the families and the people. And then we have a great time. Man, when I do everything, I do everything first class. Mm-hmm. Everything is first class. It's the fact that I want everybody to treat everybody with first class and respect, because these people ain't seen this type of love before. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You don't know who you helping out here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And man, we have DJ out there. We have a party after the race. We have fitness out there. We have yoga out there. We got vendors out there. We just sit around and just have a great time that morning.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And it's just for people with sickle cell, it's just a celebratory moment for us. Mm-hmm. We don't have to deal with the hospitals. We're not crying today. We're actually smiling. We're celebrating, and it's Sickle Cell Awareness Month. So it is that.
So okay.
Okay. Go ahead. You go.
Okay. Now you talk about sickle cell anemia. I think another part that we should bring out is the sickle cell trait.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Now people overlook that. Now. I'm about to be transparent. Mm-hmm. Yeah, when we were pregnant with our soldier in training with Christian, our number one child, he's 20, about to be 21. After they did my labs, the doctor came. She's like, you didn't put this in your records, but have you ever been diagnosed with sickle cell trait? And I just looked at her. I'm like, no. I felt some kind of way. She's like, well, I'm here to tell you. And mind you, by this time, I'm 28 years old. And she said, we need to test your husband.
Yes.
So let me say something about that. Y'all watch who you marry. Yes. Because if a sickle cell trait marry another sickle cell trait.
Ain't no.
No, I'm not saying in a bad way.
No,
you didn't let me finish.
Go ahead.
You have to communicate.
Right.
Is what I want to get to.
Yeah.
You have to communicate, because if I would have married the first guy before you, I found out.
I took it away from him.
He had it too. I found that out. Okay. All right.
That's very important. What she's saying, what Carly said, is absolutely true.
Yeah.
That's another thing we talk about at the foundation, is about getting tested.
Yes.
For this, because you get together. Let me tell you what the importance of having traits. Okay. Getting tested, because you have traits. Because what I found out about sickle cell trait carriers and sickle cell people with sickle cell disease, everything else, they like making babies too. They don't give a damn about this trait, this disease. They gonna pop out something. Okay, might as well know what it's gonna be, because you don't want to have the shock that my parents had, and that's very important because there's about 3 million of us in the U.S. with trait. That's not a low number.
Wow.
3 million.
Wow.
Because now you need to know exactly what your wife just said, Chris. Yeah, hey, listen.
Yeah.
Or whoever you're dating, listen, I have this trait. And I want to make sure that our child is healthy. And if you're not, we need to be prepared for if we do decide to have children. Or what we're going to do and what our plan of action is. Because I'm telling you, when they drop this bomb on you,
wow,
you could be like, what? No, not us. No. Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about it starts on day one. That crisis kicked in for me at 6 months. They just didn't know what's wrong with me.
Wow.
That's why I say it starts at day one. They tried to blame it on a bunch of other things. That wasn't it.
Wow.
I didn't get it. I didn't get it the first day when they said at 7 I had sickle cell. It didn't get there that day. This is something you're born with.
Wow.
This is genetics. And so, yes, you need to know what it is your partner has. If they do have the trait, there are other ways to love children.
Yeah.
There's adoption.
Wow.
There's other ways to go about it, because this is something you got to be committed to. And what I give my hats off to parents and couples and single mothers and fathers who have more than one child with this.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I don't know how y'all doing it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm bringing my family down just by myself. I'm a lot. And those families and meeting these people, and they are some of the strongest people that I've ever met in my life. Don't nothing faze them. You can't bring them bad news. They ain't been through everything else. What's a light bill to them?
Yeah.
What's a car note to them? Yeah, whatever it is, they've seen it all. Man, it's like when you meet people with sickle cell. I mean, I met teenagers, like a lot of those teenagers that I took to Disney. They were very mature adults because they had to deal with a lot of mature decisions. A lot of them have almost died. Their mindset ain't childlike no more. Life done took the innocence away. It's like for me, I almost died 8 times.
Wow.
Ain't nothing funny about the beautiful. What they say, be grateful for every single day. That's an absolute true factor. Everybody says, yeah, well, we all gonna go one day. Well, did they tell you at 11? Did they give you that? It doesn't matter. You have to start thinking about the blessings and the gratitude of what God is really doing. If you hear it again tomorrow, if you make it to tomorrow, there's clearly something else for you to do today. There's somebody's gonna cross your path that day that's gonna need you specifically. But you may see him and you be like, you know what? I just don't feel like today. Even in my bad days, I don't have the selfishness. I'm just not a selfish person. I ain't perfect by no means, but I ain't selfish. I have my days when I don't feel like dealing with sickle cell. Some days I'm stubborn. I don't want to go in the hospital because I don't feel like arguing with the doctor today. I'll tough it out at home, and that's what happens. So I know it's way more than 100,000 in the United States. It's just the fact that y'all mistreated so many of them. They don't want to confess to having it. And that's part of it too. It's part of getting the patients and the doctors together to sit down and have an educated conversation, an adult conversation about, you did this to me, and you can say, well, I did this to you because. And we're going to find out the reasons why doctors and patients are having this discord. Why we arguing so much about this? Because we should have had this a long time ago. Because, it could be a lot of reasons why patients don't come in there. There's be a lot of reasons why doctors are treating patients the way they do. And we just never sat down and even said, okay, I never thought about it like that.
Let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
So what is there any talk about what happens? Do you have to have a blood transfusion or, can they replace your blood with regular cells?
That's why, that's one thing that I love working with the Red Cross. And this is why Black people should donate blood. because 1 out of 3 Black people that donate blood is a match for people like us.
Wow.
That's how important Black people are to the Red Cross. And I've teamed up with the Red Cross with their efforts. I've been doing that for about 3 years for just get people encouraging to go out and give blood for people like us. But not just that, though. Because you never know the blood you give and whose life it's going to save. And it could be your very own.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many things that we don't consider. Oh, they're going to do this by blood. Oh, we're going to do this with my blood. No. Or all they ask you for is just done it. And it don't even take long.
Mm-hmm.
But for people like us, man, that's like a recharge.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's scary getting a blood transfusion. First time I had a blood transfusion, they said, like, I was in crisis so bad. They said, listen, we keep drawing this blood and it all coming back sickle, because that's when I was hurting all my whole body. They're like, everything. They got, it's like getting the oil change. Like they got to take everything out.
Oh my!
Now,
wow.
They got an IV in this arm, and they got an IV in this arm. And this is before they had pumps and all this type of stuff. I'm about 12, 13 years old. You got this right here.
Yep,
this is it.
That's all they got.
This is it. For eight pints, this is it.
Yep, gravity.
And as blood leaving, you're getting weaker. There's new blood coming back in. And I used to have my grandmother on one arm and my mom on one, and they would do it for me just so I could take a 15-minute nap. One time I had stopped, and the doctor came in and said, well, he's not pumping. And that doctor said, well, I suggest he get the pumping or he gonna die. I sat up there and I got focused then. And you gonna do that for about 4 hours, man.
Wow.
So yeah, but that's the importance of donating the blood, because it is that scary. Because they say, like when they say, hey, if we don't give a blood transfusion right now, this boy could die. It's like all of it's sickle. So yeah, man, I've had the blood transfusion. It ain't nothing I ain't had.
Wow.
The embarrassment of it, I've had all of it.
Well, man, we
I got another question.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, let me.
I wanted to go back to his foundation.
Okay, we'll go to the foundation. Cool.
So going back to I'm glad you put that up.
Okay.
So going back to
let me say this right quick.
Hold on, I want to just show everybody that. Did y'all see how this great couple had communicated? Did you see how she said, I want to go back to back? That was beautiful. I think more couples should learn how to talk like that. Cause my wife would have never let me get a word in. I don't care what you want to do. I hope she watching to see how Chris and Carlette, they let people talk. This is all the men out there who don't get to talk. Just notice how you just, man, can I just do that sometime? That was beautiful. I almost cried. That's what we should talk about Black History Month. Can I talk?
We did do one said, can we talk? We sure did.
Yeah. Well, let me just say this right quick. Okay. Before you go ahead and talk, I know that y'all, Junior, he when I talked to him the other day, a couple weeks ago, I was like, well, how much do you charge, to be on the show and this and that? And he said, man, I don't charge anything, man, it's free. And I'm like, what? Most celebrities, they charge, they have some kind of fee, but he said, man, I'll just come on for free. And that was, very shocking to me. So, I would appreciate if you all are viewing now, there's the website, go to the website. It's Kier's Hope, KIERSHAHOPE.org. If you all are viewing, even if you're viewing this at a later time, make sure you go out to this organization and donate.
Yes.
Whether it's $25, we could do a church line. All those with $100, get in the $100 line.
Right.
If you got $50, but we will, Chris and Carlette Live, we will be donating to your organization just because you came on the show
today.
Hey
man, thank y'all so much. It is absolute pleasure, man. It don't take much, man. I am every we are 501c3 certified, so you can you will get a tax.
Black folks love the tax things.
Yeah, man, you gonna get one at the end of the year, and so it's always important that that people do get involved, because I tell everyone, whether you know somebody with sickle cell, whether you are affected by yourself. The thing that I need everybody to understand, it doesn't have to be a donation that way. It could be if you go get donated in the area that you're in. If you just go down there and find out what people in sickle cell community need. They need so many different things. You know, if you want to be a volunteer, that's fine. That's donated. We'll take that too. We take all of it, man. It doesn't have to just be that. We have volunteer lists. When we have volunteer for the race, you can come out and be a volunteer. You know, we feed you and everything. I mean, you ain't gonna let you go hungry if you're working with us. You know, we're gonna have everything out there. And so, you know, I just appreciate the fact that you would even say that, you know, that y'all wanted to donate. But I wouldn't charge you for this. I don't understand why they do that. It's just a conversation. It's not hurting me to talk about my stuff. That's crazy. Why would I come on y'all show, talk about my stuff, and then charge y'all to talk about my stuff?
That's true.
I mean, the value that y'all giving me is because the fact y'all, I can't tell you how valuable y'all's platform is.
Wow.
Why'd y'all charge us to come on here? You know, I mean, y'all giving me something that I feel is important for the community here, and y'all gave that to me. So why would I not come on and help Chris and Carlette? I don't understand the problem here.
Wow. Wow.
I mean, make it make sense to me. I just need to.
No.
Keep talking, man of God. Keep talking.
Make it make sense to me. That's how I do.
What's your question?
Well, okay, so this is what I was going to say. September 6th is their walk, Kier's Hope Foundation walk. Yeah. I want to do a Chris and Carlette live team. 10 of us.
Oh, wow.
I want to do a team. Chris
they be serious about these teams, too. Oh, my goodness. Oh, no, you didn't.
Oh, yes. I want to do a team. And I want y'all to put in the comments if you watch later, and we're going to even do another announcement. Let's do a team for September 6th, Kier's Hope, Chris and Carlette live team. 10 people. So you got 2 right here. Okay. 10 people. So we need 8 more to join our team. If there's going to be more than 10, then great. But my goal is 10 for the Kier's Hope. We will find out what the cost is for a team and break that up, divide it into 10, and that'll be everybody's.
I got one even. What can the person with sickle cell eat? Is there any limitations on what they can and can't eat?
Unless they got something else wrong, then we pretty much eat everything everybody else eat. I mean,
Oh no, I wasn't sure if it was if you were like on a special diet, but I was thinking what we did for my son's football team. We have a Class A RV, and one day we drove the RV out and served hot chocolate. So I was like, maybe we can come drive
man, that's crazy.
Drive the RV and come serve.
Hot chocolate?
Huh?
Who don't like hot chocolate?
Well, no. I mean, just serve a meal or something. I just fellowship with the people.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. Oh, whatever y'all want to do, but who gonna tell y'all serving meals? Who gonna turn that down?
Well, when you serve the community,
I'm gonna put y'all in touch. I'm gonna put y'all in touch with the coordinators and everything else. They gonna love y'all.
Yeah, tell them to call us.
Because maybe we can chocolate.
We can be a partner. We can partner in or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be great. We haven't even started our search for the title sponsors yet. We don't even know yet. We have no idea.
Wow.
I have no idea yet.
Yeah.
But see, that's why they don't like me. One thing they like me to do is do what I'm doing right now. What they don't want me is in the back room. Get out. They don't like me back there at all. When I go back there, try to tell them, hey, I had some ideas. We don't need your ideas. They just need that. Doesn't get me say nothing. I found out about the race, everything. Gee, I can't believe you had all this out here. I'm like, I'm shocked too. Me neither. I didn't know. They didn't let me. They don't tell me nothing. They don't even tell me. They don't. They said all your job is to show up, and that's all I do is show up. Man. So
my goodness.
I just gotta ask right quick before it's 10:00, and we want to be mindful of your time. How is it working on the Steve Harvey Morning Show?
Crazy as hell. You don't know what's gonna happen in there every day. Ain't no rehearsals, ain't nothing. We just get up and we just start doing what we do best, man. And it's absolutely one of the best joys of my life is actually getting to work with a legend like Mr. Harvey. And him being a mentor has been a very great influence on me, man. Mr. Harvey is one of the most genuine and honest people I've ever met. And he cared too. and he crazy, man. I'm telling you, man, the man is, man, I tell you what, it's just, you just never know every day. Every day it's a surprise. But when you have great chemistry as we do, and the way that we do our show is the fact that it's built on principles. Mm-hmm. It is about motivation. It is about inspiration, and it is about us being crazy. Mm-hmm. We do understand that those things. We do try to be a great voice for our community. Mm-hmm. We understand that it's a lot of things out here going on in the world today, but we want to be a guiding light. You know what I'm saying? We want to keep you motivated. Mm-hmm. We want to make sure that we can control what we can control, and don't worry about what else is out there. And that's one thing I found out about Kier Morning Show is that people really appreciate how we are towards one another and then towards the public. Because everything we do out here is done with love. Even when we talking crazy, we still doing love. Mm-hmm. Like there's nothing wrong. We don't. And sometimes we get so good at that job when people think like, man, I can't believe I said that to you, or you said that to him, or everybody else. I'm like, do you know? We know what you're talking about because it's not for real. I'm not really mad at nephew Tommy. I'm not really upset with Uncle Steve. They not really upset with each other. Cause we'll hang those headphones up at 10 o'clock and be like, so what y'all finna do today? I'm finna go give me some breakfast at the Walmart. And everybody finna think like we still just hang up mad or something. Uh-huh. And we're not even mad. It's nothing. We just really love working on the show, man, that I've been on for 13,
wow.
What is it?
Oh,
let's see, 2011, 14 years this year. Mm-hmm. And it's been in existence, man, for 25 years, man. He's been doing it consistently at that level for 25 years. And hats off to the man for that. Wow. Man. It's really because Steve don't care. He really don't. Yeah. Because when you working with somebody whose sole goal isn't here just to be ignorant, and you have to go be ignorant with it, and you don't worry about how you look. Don't not come in trying to be all. Oh man, I'm too good for this. No, you better get in here and just be you. And that's how he wants us to be every day. Just be you. Mm-hmm. So wow. Touring with them and laughing with him and all the things that he's taught me about the business, and then he taught me about giving back and understand that I have a cause and platform because he's really the one that told me to start Kier's Hope. Mm-hmm. He came to me and said, man, you're gonna get you a foundation because you can't sit on my show and not help somebody. Mm-hmm. And so that's why we all have causes. Mm-hmm. Okay. That's why Carla's with breast cancer. That's why Shirley's with domestic violence. That's why Steve is mentoring young men. That's why Tommy's with the veterans, and that's why I do sickle cell. Mm. And we support each other on every front, on every last one of them. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's how you lead.
My wife is how many years?
It is this April. It will be 19
breast cancer.
19 years out. And the fact that I've had 2 babies afterward, because they told me there was a possibility we could not have any more children. Yep. And was getting my master's degree while in treatment. God is good, and He's a healer.
Yes, He is.
And He will.
Ain't that amazing?
Mm-hmm. He will.
Ain't you grateful every morning?
Listen, I sent out a text about 30 people this morning. I said, I am grateful to God for 3 things. He woke me up this morning. He woke me up this morning. He woke me up this morning. And I got that from Bishop, the Bishop out of Texas, Joby, Bishop Joby, Cheryl Brady's son, Bishop Joby Brady. He said, he woke me up this morning. He woke me up. I'm grateful for that right there. I was, and because I heard him say it, and I jumped out the bed.
Yeah, gotta get moving, and it is that, man. And I don't, I think the one great aspect, because you do experience a lot of negativity or all these things, but I do realize this though. One of the best attributes I have is being a man of faith. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'm talking about being a man of faith. Mm-hmm. Because you've seen it too many times for you to tell me that He's not real. Mm-hmm. I know the things I've asked for, and then I know the situations I've been in where it didn't look like it was no way out. Mm-hmm. And so I never tell people to ever understand what God is doing, but it's most important that the attitude remains the same. That's why my highs are my highs and my lows are my lows, but I treat them all even keel. Mm-hmm. I lose my mind when I'm in my private space. but I know how to look somebody in the eye and say, "Thank you, Lord, for the opportunity."
Yeah.
That they even doubted you. Thank you, Lord, for giving me the opportunity.
Yeah.
And then, that has been one of my greatest assets, is being a man of faith. Because I could not be here, and I swear to God, this is the honest to God truth. When you almost died 8 times, when you have all the things that you're doing, the career that you have, everything else, there was nobody else who was going to get that to me. God saw fit. I'm not even worthy of nothing that I'm doing. But I ain't have to be worthy. He just said it was so. That's all you got to do is just walk in. And you ain't got to explain this to nobody. You ain't got to sit up here and say, well, if it was you, you ain't got to do none of that. All you got to do is just say, hey, you the man for sickle cell. All right, I'm going to be the man for sickle cell. You the man for this. I'll be the man for that. That's all that's required of you. Is your 110% for God, your 110% for God in that field that which you've been chosen.
Wow.
That's it. You ain't got to do no explaining. I don't care what they say about you. And let them say it too. Matter of fact, I help them say it. When they say it about me, I help them. But this ain't gonna work. Boy, tell me again how much this ain't gonna work. Boy, you crazy. Boy, you ain't familiar. It ain't gonna work, Lord. He said it ain't gonna work. I get on the bandwagon with him. Yeah, go ahead. Cause golly, you gonna be so disappointed.
Wow.
It's just that way. Look, y'all just said something y'all didn't realize. Y'all said season 5. How many times they told y'all what is they doing? Now we in season 5. Where your seasons at though?
Right, that part.
Yeah, ain't got 9 seasons. Ain't got a selfie on tape. Ain't got a VHS tape. You ain't recorded nothing. You ain't complaining. Man, anybody got time for this? I know y'all started. They thought y'all was crazy. What is Chris and Carlette doing walking in front of the Fox? Season 5. Be more specific, episode 4. What you doing? Can we get 1 and 1? Are you gonna start 1 and 1 of your season? We need to see season 1, episode 1. Are we gonna get 1 and 1? I just like to say that season 5, episode 4. And I'm producing. Because I got glasses. Because when you got glasses, you can get to season 5. Because I'm smart. Because I'm smart.
Because I'm smart.
That's why he tried, you know what I'm saying? And that's what Chris tries to say. And that's why he says, I know what you're doing, Chris, because you try to prove something to your fraternity. And that's why I'm trying to tell y'all got to have follow through, man. Season 5. Episode 4. That's how you do it, man. Follow through. Don't worry about it. The joys in the journey. That's our takeaway. The joys in the journey.
That is funny.
Okay, so I have to. This is what I want to say to you.
Baby, it's getting late. He got to get up in the morning.
I'm good.
He got to get up.
This is my last thing. I just
hey man. Wait, Miss Carlette, let me just help him. Hey man, you act like I'm gonna go work 8 hours. When I get off, you still gonna be there.
I work from home though, sir. I work from home, so
yeah. I get it. Still gonna be there.
I'm still gonna be.
He's still gonna be there. I just wanted to say this. So, first of all, I appreciate your commitment. I appreciate your yes to the Lord. I appreciate your yes to the process. And the thing about it, when you were saying that everything that's happening and that is coming more and more, we always declare that our name is put in the rooms and being spoken in rooms that we're not present, but it's going to further our future. And I just want to remind you, according to Job 42:10, okay, the story of Job, at the end of it, the Lord restored Job, his prosperity and everything double. Why? Because he prayed for his friends. Everything that you're doing for these kids, they parents, that is a way of intercession. That's a form of prayer. It's an action. It's a prayer in action. It's faith. It's faith with works. It's all that. So, brother, you in your season of double. You in your season of double because of your sacrifice, because you're interceding, you're being a liaison. It's serious. It's a prayer in action for those people that you call family, friends. They're added. You're part of their village. Double, brother. You in double.
Thank you so much.
You ain't done. You ain't. It just ain't for you. It's for your house. It's for your kids. It's for your wife. You in your double.
Yeah. But you hear that? This understand in my season of double.
You and your double.
Yeah.
Our Bishop Anthony Wheeler said, yes, you and your double.
You and your double, brother. According to Job 42 and 10. You and your double.
I received that.
Yeah.
You know, it has been, I'm telling you, it ain't been the happiest thing, but it's been something that my parents always instilled in me that goes back to that. Don't quit. Don't quit. I can't tell you how many times. You know, I gotta tell you, like, you know, when I was doing stand up and everything else, and I was out here really making this, and you know, my parents let me go with this. It's like, you know what? That's your dream and vision, you know, and they didn't fully understand it or believe in it either. They weren't always happy. But I'm telling you, I loved it and I wanted it so badly. And I didn't understand the process, so to speak. Not even knowing that you're in the process or you're going through it. And I'll tell anybody this. If you love something so much that it's like a relationship that is a tug of war. If you ain't been able to quit that love affair with whatever it is you do 7 times, it ain't worth it. You in the wrong thing. It's got to burn you up so much that you almost quit on it 7 times.
Wow.
I didn't care about how many times. And then you know what happens? Every time I tried to quit, it kept growing and growing and growing.
Wow.
Every opportunity I got, every time I got to my max, when I gave it everything, I said, you know what? I'm just going to go do something else. And as soon as I would say that, I was on Comic View 5 times, Martin Lawrence First Amendment, plays, movies. And then I got this phone call say, hey, you want to be on the Steve Harvey Morning Show? Because I need to hire you. But man, I was in a process. I had to go through everything. I had to be polished. I was just rough. Because, man, I was fighting my whole life. I ain't trust nothing. I had to be bitter. I had to be angry. Then I had to get humbled. And then I had to start understanding. And once that I started understanding, I could see things just changing. I'm talking about all the people I started blessing, and when they didn't have it. It's funny how when they ask me for something, I always have it. I don't care what it is they ask me for. I don't care if it's time for a conversation, if it's whatever it is. I ain't nobody looking for me. So this time is meant for you.
Yep.
Whatever it is they looking for, you always have it. It's an abundance. God ain't running out of nothing.
He ain't running out of it.
Right.
Nope.
And once you just learn to be obedient, man, you understand that the other part is on the other side for you. Man, I'm gonna tell you something. Let me tell you what happened today in one of the podcasts and everything else. After I finished doing one of these podcasts, we were talking about the business, right? Sky, they asked me about it. Me and Dr. Harwell on the Zoom together. He talked to me, and let me just show you. I'll just show you. I want y'all to just read it on the air right here, just while we're sitting here. This is gonna be funny. This is it. This is so crazy because it happened today. But you understand, I had just blessed somebody else with something that they were going through. They asked me for it, you know, and you know, I was like, okay, you know, I was like, you know, I'm not trying to figure out. Isn't Chris? Number start with 704, right?
317.
317.
Yeah. You want me to text you?
Oh, why is it? Man, there's something. Chris, you know, you should give me your last name too and just stop telling me just put Chris in here. Why you just they last name? They just give you their first name, so just Chris in here.
There you go.
Oh, that's why. Okay, yeah, because it's the E in front. Okay, that's why.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got it. And so this happened today, man, and it was just like I couldn't even believe it.
He said, "Read it."
Oh, no, I'm gonna let you read it.
You want me to read it?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you.
Yeah, and this is how it works.
So
This is a regular thing that happens. It's a regular.
This is a text message that Junior received on today. How is tomorrow at 9:30, Junior? Junior needs to think how I can donate. How can a donation of $10,000 from my donor advisor fund? I only can give to organizations with a 501c designation, nonprofit.
Wow.
Well, guess tomorrow morning, I guess I better be on there about 9:30.
I think so.
It sounds like that's the only thing for me to do.
You better tell Steve, you know what? I can't come to work today.
No, I'm still gonna be there.
He'll still be there.
Oh.
He'll still be there.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna jump on there and just say, "Hey, how you doing? This is we'll have everything ready for him at 9:30." Yeah. Ain't that crazy?
Wow.
That's fate.
That's crazy.
Double, brother, double.
So when you said that, it just made me think of that. I said, "Wow, it is because it's happening." That's all that was for me was the confirmation to show you that, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I won't shut up, they're gonna give me $10,000
Wow.
to go help somebody else. We ain't not over here as no semi-making it foundation. See, man, when I start talking about the end game, when you start talking about the end game, I'm talking about really with the end. When they ask you, like, what's your end game? What's the end goal here? You better talk about the end goal like it's already there. You know what my end goal is? To have sickle cell centers around the United States of America and around the world called the Kier's Hope Sickle Cell Center, that nobody else will have to go to the emergency room. You just come to the center and we already know why you're here. That's why we want to treat you the way you should be treated. And you know what I already have? The plans. I paid an architect in Germany to design me a sickle cell center with 50 beds in it for transfusion, anything else a sickle cell person needs, and an education classroom. Drew it up just like I had it in my mind.
Wow.
That's the end game.
Wow.
Man, get out your comfort zone. Start asking God and just start dreaming, asking for what it is you really want and want to do. If it's in his will, it's going to happen. If I say I don't want nobody else to die, this is how they ain't going to die.
Wow.
We'll take you.
Wow.
We'll have your doctors. Your doctors will be with you from the day you born to the day you die. If you move to another city, we got another one for you. We got another doctor. That's how we should start thinking.
Wow.
Can you please consider Indiana? Because especially in the Northwest Indiana, that's where my family is. That's where his family is. Even Indianapolis. My best friend, before I met her best friend, right before, passed from sickle cell. Matter of fact, she was my son, the one that just went to the Army. She was his first barber. She was cold. That girl was good. She died from a sickle cell crisis. Yep. And
it's funny how, as many people y'all ask, you're going to always find somebody who understands exactly what this is.
Yeah.
Everybody knows somebody with it, with the trade, or died from it. And so,
And don't sleep on Huntsville. Consider Huntsville.
Oh, Alabama?
Yep.
Oh, absolutely. We just gonna pray and claim the fact that wherever we need to be, we're gonna be.
Yeah.
Yep.
Here in Atlanta, Houston, Dallas. This is something that will continue on long after I'm off of Earth. This will continue to be going on. This gonna happen. I'll be looking down at heaven laughing at that point.
Our bishop got a question. Hold on,
Our bishop has a question for you. Bishop Anthony Wheeler. Uganda United. Have you all done any work in Uganda?
Oh my gosh. No.
That's his jurisdiction.
No, do you make sure you put me in touch with Bishop. I want him to meet Dr. Nahara and they can discuss, because we are talking about starting in Kenya in Africa.
Okay. Bishop, if you're still viewing, is it okay if I share your number with
Yes. You can share. Yeah, share my number with Bishop and put us on the text thread.
Okay. All right, sound good. Yeah, we'll do that.
Awesome.
Wow.
Awesome. Man, this is good.
Well, man, y'all have been a blessing, Chris Carlette. So when I get to come over for dinner?
Whenever you want
when
to.
When you want to. Sunday is always.
I know. I mean, who do all the cooking? Oh, okay, Chris, you ain't cooking. Cause y'all was talking about when y'all. So y'all talking about serving at the RV and stuff. That ain't Chris back there. He not.
Nah,
yeah, I was whipping all that up. He was handing it out.
Yeah.
Because we got a full kitchen in the RV.
I will
yeah.
We'll invite you over. I'll cook some chicken wings. I'll barbecue some chicken wings outside on the grill that everybody love.
Now, do you want barbecue chicken wings, or do you want
there you go,
roast with peppers and gravy?
Hey, yeah, I like both of them. Hey.
Okay, we had 2 meats. There you go. 2 meats.
I got you. That's why I love Chris. See, if you're a couple right now, look at the compromise. You can actually get 2 meats out of people. You can actually do that. I just pulled off. I ain't heard nobody finish. Now they got a cooking competition. All we gonna do is benefit from eating. Look at the positives here, people. Look at the positives. That's all I know. Look at the positives. I got roast. I got wings. I got gravy, peppers, rice, sides.
Right.
I didn't put the collard greens. They got 2 areas of the house working: the grill and the kitchen. I'm gonna sit there like I didn't know what's going on. I'm gonna sit there like I don't know what's going on. All I'm gonna see who gonna finish first.
Oh my goodness,
that is hilarious.
I appreciate y'all.
Oh, this is good.
You
this
too.
is good. Well, this is so good. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for your transparency. And we're grateful. We're grateful for your yes to God. We are grateful. You are Black history and you are making Black history. Thank you for jumping this month off for us with a bang. This was amazing. And to your wife, I applaud her for being your wife, for loving you, for being there, being your supporter, be your better half, your helpmate, being part of, to get you going every day, every morning, a woman that prays over you. And so, listen, how long y'all been married?
We've been married, we'll be 3 years in September.
Oh, that's awesome. And for us, it's 23 years.
All right now.
Yeah, it'd be 24 in May. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's all.
Go ahead, man.
Yes, sir.
He gotta try to put his hand there. He try to jump on his phone like he don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, I did that right there. I did that.
Oh,
awesome, man.
Did he tell you? You told him the fraternity you in?
Well, is there any other?
Oh, wow.
Oh, wait. I saw him out. I know he's his brother Kappa Alpha Psi. I saw him.
Yeah,
He's
be a
proud.
Tommy.
Proud, man.
Tell my frat brother I said hello in the morning.
I always say it was.
I will, man. I'll let him know, man. He got another one out here. I gotta let him know he's proud too, man.
Yes,
You
sir.
can't tell him nothing. When he got the letters on his shirt, you can't talk to him. You got. Hey, you can't talk to him. His brother hears something else. I told you when he got them letters on, he said, "I wear glasses." That's why I'm smart. Well, it's different with the letters on. With the glasses too.
That is funny, man. We gonna let you go to bed, man.
Right.
Thank y'all so much,
goodness.
man. I've enjoyed it. It's been the best hour and a half I spent. Man,
This was good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll be in touch with you.
All right, we'll call you after the show to
After
line
the show.
everything up.
Okay.
You gonna be available
man.
in the next few minutes? All right.
Man, I'll go to bed till about 11:30. I'll be up for another hour.
Okay, we'll give you a call after the show.
Okay, man.
Okay.
Thank
All right,
you.
appreciate it.
Everybody. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Thank
too.
you. All right, bye-bye.
All right.
Oh, that was good. That was good.
That was amazing.
That was good.
That was the laugh I needed.
Right.
Oh man, the Lord is good. The Lord is kind. I'm telling you, we've had some amazing people on here, for real. And Black History Month, like I said, we're gonna be black this month.
5 years.
Yes.
Episode 4.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Oh
Yes,
wow!
sir.
And our bishop was on, and
Yes.
Tracy McKelvin,
Yes.
who
Who
supports,
else?
and Renona, and Mother Muriel.
That's Renona right there?
Yeah,
What?
honey,
Renona.
Renona then got with this business with Stormy Wellington.
Make sure y'all like and subscribe before you log off the show, please.
Yeah, and
go to
Takia-
YouTube. Go to YouTube.
Now, Takia is actually going to be on. Takia is scheduled for next week.
Oh.
She is another one making Black history. And let me tell you something. Her story is amazing. Her book is actually being launched. She is our guest next week. She is making Black history here in Atlanta and abroad. Okay. She has done 3 of our parties here, which she just did the one 2 weeks ago. I'm telling you.
She is funny too.
And she's good. She is good at what she does, and her husband is such a major help to her. But listen, we want to thank Mr. Kier Jr. Spates for being on.
Yes.
And this was wonderful. This was wonderful. And listen, he has a gift. He has an organization, kiershope.org, KIERSHOPE.org. Kier's Hope. Right. And like I said, guys, we're going to come back to you all. Chris and Carlette Live is going to do something with his walk on September 6th of this year, Lord willing. And listen, going to get it done. Whether we're going to bring out the RV, I don't know. We'll make it happen. We're going to talk further with him and his group and see how Chris and Carlette Live can be a part of this. We are excited and we believe in supporting. So if we're going to do a team, we will let you know, because we want you all to join us. Okay. And what that'll all entail. We love you all. Like we tell you all every week, like I tell you, pray and pray some more. Listen, it's to the point now. I tell y'all to watch the news for 5 minutes if you don't have nothing to pray for. And listen, at this point, 5 minutes is about all I can really take at this time. I'm at the point, I heard the woman of God say, some of y'all need to turn the TV off. Guess what I've been doing? Turning it off, because I've had my fill. But we do trust and believe in God, who is our help and our strength, and he fights for us. And one of the things I heard Pastor Simmons say this morning, she said, the Bible says how the righteous cry and the Lord hears. She said the problem is the righteous is not crying. People cry loud and spare not to God. He will hear your cry. He will answer. Okay. If my people, okay, Chronicles 7:14, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray, seek my face, turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and I'll forgive their sins and heal the land. We need all that. Okay. We love you. We appreciate you. See you next week. We're going to have Danielle Takia Lester on next week. We love you. Bye-bye.
Peace.
Thanks for joining us this week on Chris and Carlette Live. Make sure to visit our website, chrisandcarlette.com. If you're on Facebook, share this broadcast. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to our show. You may also find us on Apple Podcast, where you'll never miss a show. While you're at it, if you found value in this show, we'd appreciate a rating on iTunes. Or if you'd simply tell a friend about the show, that would help us out too. Let us stay in contact with you by texting CNC Live to 474747. That's CNC Live to 474747.
CNC Live.